Hello, I'm Emily Phelps with the Infinity Group. We have Nick Panarelli behind the camera, and we're here today for another episode of Real Estate and Recipes. Today I'm here with Sandy Mindersma from Graceful Money Solutions, and I have Natalie Olivieri. Did I pronounce that correctly?
You did.
Okay, awesome. From MBA Mortgage. We're here to talk to you today about, well, first of all, we're going to make a simple bean burrito for, if you're running home from work at night, you need a quick recipe to throw in the oven for the kids and make it happen and get your night rolling. And we also have some very exciting news we're going to bring to you. We are offering a home buyers seminar here at the Castanetti office at 745 Main Street. We are going to hold it on Saturday, March 23rd, correct? From 10 to 11:30.
Yep.
And we're so excited for you guys to meet us, give you the information that you need to make good decisions. So while I start here, I'm going to hand it over to Sandy. You can tell us a little bit about yourself. And
all right, sure.
What's going on?
Well, thanks so much. I'm really excited to see what you're going to make. I love recipes that are easy because I work a full-time job in addition to doing all the money coaching that I do. And what I do is at Graceful Money Solutions is I teach people how to get control of their money so that they can live their dreams, whether that's buying a house, whether that's investing, whether that's just getting out of debt, which is kind of often the first place that I find people. Mm-hmm. And what I do is I show them how to use very simple tools like budgets and trackers to measure their progress so that they can then accomplish what they've set out to do.
That's great.
And so that's often the very first step in getting ready to buy a house.
Yeah.
But once your finances are in order, then you need to talk to Natalie because she's the one who sets you up.
Yeah. And I love easy recipes too.
Oh, yeah.
I bumped into Sandy at the grocery store in February and she gave me a recipe
Awesome.
that I tried with my family. Yes, so maybe we could do that another
We
time.
absolutely will. We will.
It was also a Mexican team. It was sheet pan fajitas.
I know, I love Mexican.
Yes.
Who doesn't?
So, I've been in the business for about 4 years. I'm a mortgage broker. So I call myself the matchmaker of financing. So when an individual is ready to get pre-approved and they get an accepted offer, I am their shopper. I'm the one that, finds the right lender for them and negotiates. But, a lot of it sometimes happens that they're not ready. So then they talk to someone like Sandy or myself to get them ready.
Right.
But I don't want to give up all the secrets.
Right.
So we want to talk about, some of this stuff
When we see
on
you.
the 23rd.
Right.
Yeah, at 10 a.m.
10 to 11:30. Yep. So let me just give a quick overview of what I've done to start this bean burrito mixture. I've added just 1 cup of refried, or 1 can of refried beans, a cup of long grain wild rice, and 1 cup of salsa. So I'm just mixing that together. Or you know what? Why don't you mix it?
Oh.
We'll switch spots, and I'll start getting this ready. So
So
just mix that together.
rice was pre-cooked?
I did pre-cook it just to
Okay.
make it easy for us to show. We'll throw it in
So
the
it's kind
oven.
of one of those things where you want to, if you're making rice, you want to do leftovers. You want to make extra for leftovers.
I would say so. I love leftovers.
Yeah.
Some people don't.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I prefer those, I think.
It makes
the
it so
actual
much
meal.
easier when you're a parent
Yes.
and you have
Totally.
kids at home.
I know, yeah. Sunday night's leftover night in my house.
That's
And my
awesome.
son eats 2 dinners, so he'll eat the first
Oh,
dinner,
boy,
he'll
yeah.
go to practice, and at 10 p.m. he comes back and eats again.
Okay.
Nick probably remembers my son because he'd go to hockey practice, my husband would have dinner, and
Yeah.
then AJ would come back and have another full meal. So
Oh.
He's playing very well this year, huh?
he is playing well. Yeah, so we'll see, fingers crossed, we find out about schools next week.
Sweet. That's
Oh,
such
wow.
a big
Friday and Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So I'm just going to go ahead and add 1 cup of cheddar cheese to this as well. You can mix that in.
Okay. And how much salsa did you use?
1
You used
cup.
a whole cup?
1
Okay,
cup
I
rice,
remember
1
that.
cup salsa, and this makes about 6 burritos. We'll wrap them up, and then we'll sprinkle the extra cup of cheese on top when we're done.
I'm
Okay,
not
So
sure
once
if you're a little over a cup, a little under.
Yeah, it doesn't look
if
like
you need
that's
to
just
make it.
it's not rocket science where you need
It's
to
not. It's not.
measure it exactly. It's not like
Yeah.
baking.
There's a little rice at the bottom of the bowl. We
You can
probably
toss
could
that
just
in.
toss
Yeah,
that
go
in.
for it.
too.
Yeah.
It's not enough. A little of this, a little of that. My mother used to cook that way.
Yeah, and we always say you don't really need to measure. Just toss it
No.
in.
Yeah, measure till it cook till it looks right.
What
Those are
chef
like beans,
measures?
cheese, and salsa
Yeah.
mixed together. You can't mess it up.
Perfect.
It's all right.
Now, are you vegetarian?
No, but my son, my 8-year-old says he is. He's not. He just doesn't like to try anything new.
Okay.
So he likes to tell me he's vegetarian. I'm like, how do you even know about that? But yeah, that's what he says. So.
Yeah, one of my kids is vegan, so that's
Okay.
really fun. So.
Yeah, well, he's only 8, so I'm like, I don't think you know, but okay, we'll roll with it. That's good.
And my kids eat anything.
That's good.
You know, they say they don't like things when they just don't want to eat that.
Like, okay, well, that's what we're having for dinner tonight.
So what we'll do now is just spoon some of this mixture right into each one. We'll do a little line here, and I'll pass it down. Then you can wrap it and put it in there.
All
like
right.
that.
All right.
And we can both spoon. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Nick is making sure our set looks beautiful.
Yeah. So
Cleaning it
make
up
sure
right
you come
behind
visit us on the 23rd. We'll have lots to talk about. We'll have fun little giveaways.
Yeah.
We'll make sure there's lots of things to talk about and interesting things to do. I'm sorry, I'm already messing
It's
up
all
the
right.
line.
It's okay. I thought you changed the plan. That's all. So yeah, one of the things that I like to talk about is, you know, when you're getting ready to buy a house, you want to make sure that you can afford that house. And so if you're paying rent and your rent is $2,000, but your mortgage is going to be closer to $3,000, you really want to be in the habit of living on a budget that is allocating $3,000 for your housing. And you can just stick that in the bank while you're
making a mess here.
No, you're
That's
doing
right.
great. You're doing
yeah,
great.
you can stick that extra money in the bank while you're waiting to buy your house, and that will give you some money because you know what? When you buy a house, there's a lot of expenses that come along in addition to all the closing costs. And
Right.
but you need a lawnmower, and you need a snow blower, and you need
a vacuum,
and a plunger. You don't want to bring your old plunger
from your old place.
From your old place,
Right.
you want to bring a new one because you want to have a fresh start. And so, by living on your expected mortgage payment, you're able to actually do that, and you'll have cash set aside to pay for the lawnmower and the plunger and the vacuum cleaner and all of the other home supplies that you might need to buy.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times people don't know what they don't know,
Right.
and they don't know what to ask.
Or they're scared.
Or they're scared.
Yeah, it's intimidating. The process is intimidating if you're first time or
Right.
whatever the situation may be.
Yeah.
You're looking for somebody that you can share your personal business with. And
Yeah,
you want them to
and
be
it can be embarrassing,
It can be.
especially if you're carrying more debt than you want or anything like that. And what I love to do is meet people where they're at and just say, okay, look, I racked up $80,000 worth of debt, learned how to pay it all off, learned how to live on a budget, learn how to build an emergency fund so that when there are problems that arise, there's money to pay for them. Because you know what? You could buy that house and then in 2 months the furnace could blow.
Right. And it is something we have to learn and talk about and be open with and just also, be vulnerable and able to just be like, hey, none of us are perfect.
Right.
Some of us we're taught better or learned something differently than others, or just it's ingrained in our personality to be like this. And some people are just like, whatever, going on vacation.
Yeah.
But,
Exactly.
it's just.
But being aware. So
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing, right? So if you're on a diet, knowing what you're putting in your mouth.
Right.
If you're saving for a home, it's budgeting and understanding what you can do, what you should do, and what's going to get you to your ultimate goal.
Right.
And by living on a budget, building those things, and what you're going to have is paying off your debt, you're going to have a better credit score. That's going to then result in you getting a better mortgage loan with a better interest rate.
We don't want to give them all our secrets.
Oh, I don't.
Not yet.
I don't. But telling them to pay off their debt now helps them get them ready. Makes them better qualified.
It does.
So what's our next spot?
So our next stop now, we're going to bake these at 375 in the oven, and then we'll be back.
Can we put the cheese on first?
I think we have to bake these first, then we'll put the cheese on.
Okay.
But we'll be back soon, and you can see the final result.